Thank you, Ron. It's great to be here. Good evening, everyone. WNBA Finals ready to tip off Game 1. It's our 29th WNBA Finals. Exciting night here in Las Vegas as the Aces prepare to take.
When I watched Caitlin Clark fall to the floor holding her back after taking another reckless hit from a defender who clearly wasn't trying to make a basketball play, I didn't just see one of the game's biggest stars in pain. I saw a multi-billion-dollar television rights deal slipping away before everyone's eyes, said Mark Reynolds, a respected basketball analyst and longtime national sports journalist, during an emotional live broadcast after Wednesday night's game. His powerful statement captured the nightmare now facing WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert and the league's leadership. For too long, league officials have remained silent while the player driving their biggest financial success has repeatedly been hit, pushed, and forced onto the injury report. The WNBA is now standing on the edge of a financial crisis. It cannot escape without Caitlin Clark leading the league and keeping the national spotlight focused on women's basketball. Once again, this situation highlights how little the league has done to protect the most valuable player the sport has ever had. This situation goes far beyond losing a few regular season games. It has quickly become a serious threat to the league's future. The upcoming collective bargaining negotiations are now at risk, with players' salaries across the league facing growing uncertainty. Major sponsors that invested hundreds of millions of dollars because of the historic growth created by Clark are reportedly pausing spending, delaying marketing plans, and requesting emergency meetings with worried league officials. Television partners such as ESPN, Amazon Prime, and ABC, whose future broadcast agreements are critical to the league's success, are now watching ratings collapse almost overnight. That sudden decline is creating major concerns about the league's financial outlook for the rest of the year and raising questions about its long-term future in an increasingly competitive sports market. The numbers are so alarming that they resemble a financial disaster instead of a temporary setback. Whenever Caitlin Clark is healthy, starts the game, and runs the offense, national broadcasts average an incredible 2.66 million viewers. She dominates sports headlines, trends across social media, and regularly attracts larger audiences than many professional baseball and hockey games. This week, while she remained out with the injury many fans feared would eventually happen, league viewership dropped sharply to only 310,000 viewers. That represents an astonishing 88% decline across the league. The impact wasn't limited to Indiana Fever games. Every broadcast on the schedule suffered from the same dramatic drop. That number deserves serious attention because an 88% decrease happened the moment Clark left the court and headed to the locker room. The ticket market has also fallen apart at an incredible pace. Average resale prices for upcoming Fever games dropped from a strong $245 to just $31 almost overnight, leaving both ticket resellers and official sellers struggling with thousands of unsold seats. One highly promoted weekend matchup, once expected to be the biggest game of the month, saw courtside ticket prices fall from around $1,200 to less than $150 within only a few hours, as many fans quietly chose not to support a league they believe has failed to protect its biggest star. Financial experts estimate that Clark alone is responsible for about 68% of the WNBA's secondary economic activity, including merchandise sales, hotel bookings, restaurant business, and parking revenue near arenas. Because of that, analysts project the league could lose nearly $42 million in revenue if she remains out for an extended period this season. To fully understand the situation, these shocking numbers have pushed the league back to the same audience level seen before Clark arrived in 2023. Years of growth and millions spent on marketing have been wiped away in only 1 week filled with missed flagrant calls and repeated physical targeting from opposing players. Once again, the league is facing an 88% decline in viewership, a figure that suggests fans are simply turning away from a product. What makes this even more frustrating for league leadership is how poorly the commissioner's office has responded. Their actions have been so ineffective that they have only made the crisis worse instead of addressing the real problem. The entire situation is like someone touching a burning stove, suffering painful injuries, and then immediately placing their hand on it again while insisting nothing is wrong. It is like the owner of a struggling restaurant allowing customers to attack the only Michelin star chef who attracts paying guests, then acting surprised when the restaurant becomes empty and goes out of business. It is also like flooding your own basement every time it rains, and later wondering why the house is falling apart. Or imagine a company firing its top-performing employee because of jealousy, then being unable to understand why sales collapse and the business begins to fail. Every comparison points to the same conclusion. I truly believe the WNBA leadership has ended up damaging and possibly permanently hurting the very player who has done more than anyone else to transform and grow the league. The biggest irony is that the league's own internal data already confirms everything critics are saying. League officials can see the numbers themselves. They are watching the financial losses grow in real time, yet they continue refusing to step in, adjust the rules, or demand stronger accountability from officials. The failure has become so obvious that you no longer need advanced statistics or insider information to understand it. Anyone paying attention can clearly see how serious the situation has become. All you have to do is listen to regular fans and longtime basketball voices who are ignoring the public relations messaging and speaking honestly about what they see. One veteran local basketball commentator expressed it perfectly during a late-night radio show after Clark's injury. He said, "I love the WNBA. I've supported this league for 20 years. I admire these players and respect everything they do, but the reality is simple. Fans spend their hard-earned money to watch an incredible player lead the game, yet the league keeps allowing defenders to knock her around while officials refuse to make the obvious calls." That opinion is now spreading across social media, sports talk shows, fan communities, and arenas everywhere. New supporters are not asking for special treatment or unfair advantages. They simply expect the league to protect its biggest attraction. After spending 25 years trying to gain national attention, the WNBA finally found the player who captured the sports world's focus. Instead of protecting that opportunity, many fans believe the league has allowed it to be placed at unnecessary risk. What is happening now is not an organized boycott directed by any group. It is a natural reaction from thousands of disappointed fans who no longer want to spend their time, money, or attention on a league they believe has failed to protect its biggest superstar. Many feel that Clark has been treated as if repeated physical punishment is simply part of the game instead of something the league should actively prevent. If Commissioner Kathy Engelbert cannot quickly address the officiating concerns, introduce stronger protections for the league's biggest stars, and stop the sharp decline in viewership before lasting damage is done, this era could be remembered very differently. Instead of celebrating the moment the WNBA reached a larger audience, people may remember it as a time the league failed to protect the opportunity that could have changed its future and pushed away an entire generation of new fans. Time continues to run out. Attendance is falling. Sponsors are becoming increasingly concerned. Television executives are closely reviewing the future of their broadcast agreements. Meanwhile, one of the most influential players women's basketball has ever seen is recovering from injury, while many supporters question whether the league has done enough to protect her. At the same time, millions of viewers who stopped watching are waiting for proof that league leadership understands how serious the situation has become. For years, the WNBA fought to gain national attention, dealing with low television ratings, limited financial support, and many empty seats. Then Caitlin Clark arrived, bringing record audiences, sold-out arenas, and unmatched public interest. Many critics believe the league should have embraced that moment as a turning point, yet instead allowed an environment where excessive physical play often overshadowed and discouraged the very talent attracting new fans. Every missed foul call, every unnecessary hit away from the ball, and every overly physical play has become another example, according to critics, of league leadership failing to recognize how much the spotlight has changed. Millions of new viewers are not interested in long-standing traditions or veteran treatment of rookies. They simply want to watch the player they paid to see compete on the court. The financial impact of Clark's injury and the decline in fan interest could affect the league for years. Everything from future salary cap projections to the value of expansion franchises may feel the effects. Investors are unlikely to believe in continued growth if the player driving that growth continues facing unnecessary physical punishment without meaningful action from the league. This has grown beyond a simple public relations problem. Many now see it as a failure of leadership and decision-making involving one of the greatest opportunities the league has ever received. The concern is that the WNBA could lose the momentum it worked so hard to build, not because the talent disappeared, but because it failed to protect a player who helped bring unprecedented attention to the sport. Fans have made their feelings clear, and the viewership numbers continue to fuel the conversation. An 88% decline has become the strongest evidence cited by critics who believe the current approach is unsustainable. Unless league leadership responds with stronger policies against unnecessary targeting and takes visible action to restore confidence, many believe this period could become a lasting warning about how a historic opportunity was allowed to slip away. That is the challenge now facing the league. The consequences are significant, and the opportunity to change course is becoming smaller every day. If meaningful action does not come soon, many people will remember not what the WNBA achieved, but what it lost after failing to protect one of the most important players in the history of women's basketball.